Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Intensive Treatment, your number one spot for everything Arkham in the world's greatest podcast. So, I guess. Today we're going to be going through character skins, but not for Batman, because we already did like 3 videos of that. We're going to talk about everyone else, though. So, Robin, Nightwing, Catwoman, Deathstroke. That's it, I guess. They're like
That's the one. Really. Unfortunately, they didn't give us any Batgirl skins.
No,
Bastards.
or Azrael skins too. They didn't really give us much for that.
Nope. They should have, but
yeah, I know. I feel the exact same way.
I've already retconned Rocksteady, so
yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, fuck them. So we're just going to be going game by game and going through each characters. Most of this is going to be from memory, so if we forget a skin or two, then whatever.
Don't cancel us.
Yeah. I know we're the premier Arkham podcast and we're forgetting crucial.
We'll contact Batman Arkham videos.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we'll give them a call. And so let's start with Arkham City. We'll go through we'll go Catwoman, Robin, and then Nightwing. So let's talk about Catwoman because she has a pretty good selection of suits, I would say. It's not much. I mean, compared to Batman, it's really not much. But like, all 3 of her suits, I really like.
Me too.
Yeah, let's start with default because we always, we'll go from there. I really like Catwoman's overall look in the Arkham games.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I think a lot of people too forget that. Look, I might get like slandered and shamed for this, but I prefer the suit in Return to Arkham. Hear me out. A lot of people said it was the same. You can definitely tell there's major differences. I just prefer the texture on the suit in Return to Arkham for her suit. Personally. That does not save that shit show of a game at all. But I really like her design in that one. I think it makes the suit pop a lot. But other than that, the game is trash. We've talked about this.
Yeah, of course. From what I remember, it was a lot shinier. Like the overall textures were like it's very glossy. Like it was like it looks okay. Like I don't hate it. But I do say that I do prefer the original game with the kind of muted color to it. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a very matte black, which I think
it is definitely matte.
But yeah, just like the overall design, like the kind of intricacies of everything, and just all along the suit looks pretty cool. And I'm kind of glad that the later games don't really change much. They just kept it simple, and they didn't need to do a design overhaul for some of these characters. But but I do like Catwoman's default outfit overall. Like, I think it looks pretty cool. Not much to really say on my end. So, should we just move on to the animated series costume?
Yes.
Best Catwoman skin in the entire series.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna digress there.
Really?
I will. I'll digress just because. Animated series suit is incredible, and I wish it was in Arkham Knight, but I gotta say personally, just judged off of my taste, I prefer the Long Halloween suit to the animated suit.
Really?
I do.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the texture of the actual suit. I don't know. I love the way it looks.
Yeah.
I love the way it looks in Arkham City as well. And I don't know, I don't think there's a way to wear it in the main game. Like
In
the
the main
animated
game,
suit
no. Besides animated, like no. The only places that you can use the long Halloween is
challenge.
either in the challenge maps or like if you do the skin code and then pick one of the Catwoman episodes. I think that's the only way to use long Halloween. But um I will say that I like the long Halloween a lot. I know a lot of people don't particularly care about it, but I really like it, especially just like the texture, the mask, like just everything about it is on point to the comic book, and it's one of the better like adaptations of like a direct comic book scene. I think actually, you know what? I think Catwoman's long Halloween outfit is a lot better than Batman's. Just overall,
Yeah,
just a better
I
translation.
agree. I agree.
But yeah, animated
Completely.
series, and it like I love the animated series. I love that design for Catwoman.
Yeah.
And like it's just like all the animated skins are on point. Well,
They are perfect. I agree.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, Nightwings I have an issue with, but we'll get to that here in a second. But yeah, yeah, I love all three of Catwoman's outfits. Like I said, like animated's my favorite, but I'm not like I don't sleep on Long Halloween or even the default outfit for that matter.
yeah.
So
I'm the same way with the long Halloween suit. Not gonna I will not take any of the glory away from that animated series suit because it is perfect.
it is.
I just think, I guess my taste is more in that kind of, it makes it feel more comic booky and a lot
Yeah.
more gothic to me, which I love. I'm I'm like that one Batman fan who's like Robert Pattinson in real life. His Batman, I'm like,
Yeah.
I love the darkness. I love everything about Batman. Like, but no, all the suits, all three of them are phenomenal, and I as well don't get to hate for the long Halloween suit. I think it's a great comic translation.
Yeah.
But yeah, the animated series suit is it's a different monster, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just personally prefer long Halloween. And
Yeah.
as we all know, it all comes down to personal preference, but I think at least this is the first time I think me and Marvel are in total agreement that all three suits are great. And there's
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't change a thing.
Hmm.
So do you want to move to Robin or Nightwing?
Let's
Robin?
talk about Robin first because his outfits, he only has three outfits. He has the default outfit, the animated series, of course, and then Red Robin, which I was not expecting them to go with, but I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, his default look, I'd say it's pretty good for the most part. It weirds me out a little bit that like, I mean, I guess it's part of his training or whatever, but like he's not wearing any sleeves and like
In the middle of winter?
winter. Yeah, it's like a little off-putting, but like, but I will say his default outfit is better than his version in Night. Like I just prefer
Yes.
that look. I think it's closer to what Robin should be in my eyes, but it is like even when you do look at it though, it is a very kind of like Damian Wayne look to him, which I don't think works for Tim Drake, but
yeah,
the Arkham games, like it manages to look good. Another point for the Arkham City, though, I will say is they keep the hood on him the whole time, as opposed to just having his bald head out. Like, I don't like that's one thing about Knights that I just don't like at all. It's like they don't have the hood on them. If they did, it would look a lot cooler. But yeah, Arkham City Robin, pretty good.
Yeah, I really like the suit. I will say I wish that because he's Tim Drake, I think you touched on a little bit. I wish Tim Drake at least the fact that he is Tim Drake in this series, is that I wish it looked more like a Tim Drake suit,
Mhm.
something more comic accurate to what Tim Drake would wear.
Mhm.
And obviously in Night, and we'll talk about it later, but in Origins as well, they include the, I believe 1 year later skin,
Yeah.
and a few others, but the 1 year later is really good. And the classic Tim Drake outfit is more of in lines of what Tim Drake should look like. Um, but we got what we got, and I think it fits pretty well
Yeah.
considering.
Yeah.
Next, you want to move on to animated series or the Red Robin?
Um, we'll talk about animated series because it is great. Like, I love the animated
Yeah,
outfit for Robin, even though it's
yeah,
not Tim Drake from the animated series. It's Dick Grayson. So,
I know.
I mean, I get it because in the show, Tim Drake was like, it was like a
A little,
12-year-old.
yeah,
So
little
that
toddler.
that model wouldn't have worked at all. So I think they made the right decision, just kind of giving him the Dick Grayson outfit, since
Hmm.
by that time in the show he was already in college, so it
Yeah,
fit the proportions better. But
yeah,
yeah, just great. Like, I love that interpretation of Robin.
it is.
They
It's a
did
great
a
suit.
good job with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I agree. It is a great suit. Um, is it your favorite out of the three Robin suits?
I go back and forth between animated series and Red Robin.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I would say I switch back and forth less. I would say that more often than not, Red Robin is my favorite. Um,
Yeah.
I something about that suit. It's just the way they made it in this game is so well done.
Yeah.
Um, I love the suit. I won't really play. I won't play that game without that suit on. Um,
Mhm.
I love that suit so much. So guys, that's my opinion on that suit. I don't even really need to go far into it, but um, I love the aesthetic of the suit. I love the mask. Um, I love his whatever you call it. I don't know what you would call it, but the um, canister things on his
Yeah, I
chest.
know. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The symbol's great. The cape is awesome. I just think the overall design is really great. Um,
Yeah.
and I would personally go as far to say that it's more often than not my favorite suit in the whole series for Robin. Um, and
Yeah.
there's maybe one other suit that could rival it, but we'll get into that later.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's my thoughts on Red Robin. What about you?
I love Red Robin. I love, like, I basically am in agreement with you. Just everything looks amazing, and uh, it's like I said, I go back and forth between animated and Red Robin. It's probably, they're probably in my like top three for all of his skins in the Arkham games. Like, it's
Yeah.
right up there. It's really good, and
Hmm.
it's probably, like, in terms of comic books, it's one of my, like, it's probably my favorite look for Robin. So I'm glad that it got some time to shine. And I wish it came back in night, um, but what can you do, right? So,
Hmm.
all right, let's talk about Nightwing, because here's the thing: I love his default outfit, but his animated series is like, it bugs me because they got rid of the mullet. They got rid of the most defining part of that outfit. It's gone. He looks like he he's closer to, like, Nightwing from Batman and Harley Quinn, and
Yeah.
that's distracting to me now in context. So
Yeah. I think when I was younger, I didn't care as much as I do now about that. Um, Especially because I got into the animated series a little bit later. Um,
mm,
so when I had got Arkham City, I didn't know. I was just like, oh, the animated series suit. I wonder what that is. Um, but in context now and watching the show, it's um, very kind of bugs me a little bit.
sorely
But
missing.
yeah, but the default skin, I love that suit.
I do too.
I like it more than the Arkham Knight suit.
Yeah.
I love the hairstyle. I love the mask, and I love the design of the symbol, and how they utilize it on the whole suit. I think it was really good.
Yeah.
And I think something that some people miss is its relation to the bat suit. They look similar in the sense of the way it's constructed. You can see like something unique to the Arkham games. It has the bat suit has the little screws in
Mm.
some of the areas. I don't know exactly what they do or what they're there for, but they're there. And
Yeah.
Nightwing has a bunch of those on his suit as well. And I think it just shows kind of maybe they didn't purposely do this for story purposes, but it gives you the impression that this Nightwing really studied under Batman and
Mm.
was a big part of Batman's world and used a lot of the tools that were given to him from Bruce. And I really enjoy that. I love the look of it.
You know what's funny is that when I look at the default Nightwing suit, I get a lot of Arkham Origins vibes from it. Like there's like it has that kind of like it's mostly armor on top of armor, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of details that like just feel a lot closer to Origins compared to just as Arkham City look. Even though there are some design elements from there too, but like there's a very kind of like homemade feel about it, which I think the Origin suit had. So it's kind of interesting, like in hindsight with the whole series. But yeah, I love his default outfit in Arkham City, and I do agree. I do like it more than his one at night, but we'll get to that. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's move on to we'll just kind of briefly talk about the online suits in Arkham Origins because that's the next game up on the list.
yeah,
So for Robin, we'll talk about because that's all that there is. So for Robin, they gave us a rehash of the Arkham City suits.
yes,
They just added them in, but I believe they added one. I think they added 1 year later, Robin.
yeah, and I think the '90s outfit too. They put in the
and while we're talking about this, go ahead.
They put it as DLC, which is so weird to me because you're not playing as Robin in the campaign. You're just playing in the multiplayer, which not everybody's going to be playing the multiplayer. So why not just have that as an unlockable outfit? Is my question.
I agree. So I'm looking at the suits here. All it has is the 1 year later Red Robin. The variation of the Robin suit from this game with the gold belt, the default suit from City, and the animated series suit. Now, I mean, let's start off with the default suit. I really like this suit a lot. I think it's super cool. Really good design. I wish we got it in Night. Like once again, Night comes under fire. I wish we got it in Night. I think it's obviously very reminiscent of the Arkham Origins bat suit. It's very armored. But I think it really works. I don't know that it works for a beginner Robin. It really doesn't feel like a very beginnerish looking suit. It looks very advanced. That's the only gripe I have with it, and that's more on a story end. But I think the suit itself is really good. I really like it.
I like it too. Like for the most part, it's Arkham, like it's the origin of Robin, and like I said, it's got a lot of the or like I said with Nightwing, it's got a lot of those Arkham Origins vibes to it, which for the most part look okay. The only part of the design that I don't like is like the arm spikes and how they kind of protrude from the front as opposed to the side of his, like that always looks weird to me on bat suits or just any outfit in general. So also the colors, like it's
a little
like
dull.
It's a little and it's like it's a lot of blacks and reds, and like it's not very Robin like.
I don't necessarily love the shade of red they used.
No,
I always like Robin with bright colors. Robin is the light to Batman's dark.
Yeah, especially if it's like Dick Grayson Robin too.
Exactly.
I would have liked a little bit more green in there, and you know, I think it would have went a long way. So
especially considering. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say I don't really have much else to say other than that. So.
Yeah, I was just going to say, considering we never see him again, Dick Grayson's Robin in the Arkham games, it would have been nice to kind of have a suit that really represented who Dick Grayson was. But you know, that's for another video. But you know, Dick Grayson was not used really at all in these games, which sucks because, oh man, Arkham Origins would have been awesome with a Dick Grayson or a sequel to Arkham Origins. But
I would have liked a DLC campaign with Robin there. Like I think that would have been really cool.
Yes, preach. Yes. Nobody has ever said that, and I agree completely.
Well, it's just like it's weird to me because the multiplayer happened and it was like, okay. And you know, they have Robin there as just a second, you know, as another player, which like it feels weird that they spent the time doing that, especially if they're not going to have any story purpose for Robin whatsoever. Like I get the main campaign, like he's in year 2, like Robin's not really established or anything, but like I would have preferred if, you know, say after they did Cold Heart or something, like have a story.
Yeah, I mean, Cold Heart I was going to bring that up. It's a great example because Cold Heart takes place 5 days after Arkham Origins. So why not have a Robin DLC of, you know, a couple hour long story of just getting to know Robin, meeting that character, seeing what he's all about, and seeing him kind of come into Batman's world. I think that would have been great. And it would have set up, at least it wouldn't have made it feel like, oh, Robin randomly appears in multiplayer with no prior story. What about all the shit that happened in between that? That would have been awesome to see. But, you know, we get what we get, and they say don't get upset, but that's a load of crap. So
that's why like I would have really liked to see an origin sequel to like flesh some of those things out, like just for characters that could have needed like an origin story, like especially for Robin's case. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, moving on to the next suit, we have the 1 year later suit. This is actually my rival for the best suit in the series. I love this suit severely, maybe a bit too much. The red is a perfect shade for Robin. I love the yellow accents on the cape. The gauntlets are awesome. They remind me of the Batman Begins gauntlets for some reason. The logo is great. The three lines of cloth, the yellow cloth on his chest are great. So just everything about this suit screams Robin. I love it. And it makes a reappearance in Arkham Knight, obviously.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I was going to group those outfits together, like the 1 year later in the 90s, because I think that the models are the same between games. I might be wrong on that. But they look
seems right.
Similar.
That seems right.
But 1 year later, Robin is actually really dope. I love the outfit. It's one of my favorite Tim Drake outfits. I think and in the context of the comics, it works really well. After the death of Superboy and all that, adopting those colors, and it just looks great. Like it's basically proto Batman, and it works really well.
Yeah.
As for the 90s one, like, I love the 90s outfit, but like, this might be just a me thing, but like, I think the colors in the multiplayer are a little dulled out between all of his costumes. Like, I think the night ones are a little bit more vibrant. So it might be just me, but yeah, great design also. It's great.
Yeah, agreed. And then obviously you have the extra variant of the Robin suit with the gold belt. I like it better. It gives Robin a little more color. But that's about it. It doesn't really do much else for the suit. So not much to talk about there.
Yeah. I mean, I had nothing to say. I don't even remember it in full. So that's probably because I didn't play much of the multiplayer. So
yeah, I didn't really either.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this leaves us with Arkham Knight to talk about.
Do we want to go through Deathstroke?
Oh yeah. Let's go through Deathstroke. My bad.
Okay.
Why don't you lead this off? What do you think of the default suit?
I love his default outfit. It's probably like besides his classic Judas contract outfit, like it's probably one of my favorite looks for Deathstroke ever.
Yeah,
I think it's great. Like, even it's so beloved to the point where Zack Snyder used it for his DC movie. So that says something right there. It's like, it's just great. Like, it's a great design.
I agree. He literally looks like he just got out of the military. Like, it's a great suit. It fits that game really well. And I'll never forget seeing that suit for the first time in the cinematic trailer of their fight, which we should have gotten the game. That fight was incredible. And the suit just looks incredible in that video. And the second I saw that video, I loved it. The whole idea of it is great. Kind of, it makes you feel like this guy could potentially one-up Batman, and he looks like he could. It's just it's a killer suit. I mean, it's great. You can't go wrong with it, I don't think.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else you want to add onto the default?
Not really.
All right, well, next up we have the Injustice suit. Awesome suit.
Yeah, for sure.
I really like it a lot. For me, it's definitely not on par with the default suit. And it's not on par with the Judas contract suit. Just speaking specifically from Arkham Origins. Comics and stuff, it's a different story, but the color scheme was always really great. I love the shade of orange they use, and I love the texture that they used from the Injustice game with those kind of the scaling pattern. So that was always great. I really like the suit, and I love that they kind of added it into the game, because at the time, I think Injustice had come out that year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it came out. I want to say March of 2013 or something like that. So the game had already been out for quite a while before Origins came out. But yeah, I think it looks great too. I love the overall design of, like, it's basically the new 52 Deathstroke, but there's like just changes to make it fit more with that universe. The colors I kind of disagree with, and this is a problem in the regular Injustice too. Like, I think it's a little bit too washed out. I think I'm not really a fan of that kind of lightish orange. It looks a little bit more yellow to me. But that's yeah, awesome suit, and probably like one of my absolute favorites to use in the challenge maps whenever I decide to pick Deathstroke.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, last certainly not least, we have the Judas Contract suit.
It's great.
It is.
Yeah.
I think that it's really hard because I don't think default suit wise there's one on this list that's as awesome as the Deathstroke one.
Mhm.
It's so original. So it's really hard to kind of say, do I prefer that or the Judas Contract suit? But Judas Contract is such a great suit. I use it all the time. Maybe a bit too much, but every time it's like I use that suit. It's my go-to for sure. I really love that suit. I think they did a great job.
Yeah, no, they did a fantastic job with that. It is damn near perfect of, of that costume, and I'm so glad that. I mean, I guess it was a given because they go with the more popular outfits for these characters, but like I'm glad that he got some representation in there with that.
Yeah.
Honestly though, there's not really much to say for that, but
No.
Yeah, it's great.
But honestly, for Deathstroke, there's not one dull suit. They're all good in their own way. So it's good to kind of have. I think that was one thing that Arkham Origins did really correct is Deathstroke suits, and I'm so glad that they did because they're super fun to use. So yeah, that will close the chapter of Arkham Origins. Next we have Knight, which is for me a mixed bag because I think the suits we got were good, but we could have gotten better ones for each character. So do you want to start off with not Nightwing, Robin, I believe, or do you want to kind of do it like City and start off with
Catwoman? I guess we can switch it up. We'll go Robin first since he's more prevalent in the story than Catwoman is. So
yeah,
we'll go Robin.
Well, do you want to start with the 60 suit?
Yeah, we can. This outfit is not great for me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's a buffed out guy in Burt Ward's costume. Like
that's the thing. Like the suit itself looks really good, but it's the body shape that really kind of kills it.
Yeah, just it doesn't work.
No. And I think that's all we need to say. But the suit itself, I mean, it's a direct rip from the show, and the actual textures of the suit look great. I love the kind of shimmer and shine off that suit. But that's really it. You can't do much else to that suit because Tim Drake messes it up big time.
Yeah, Tim Drake.
Bastard.
Yeah, the 30-year-old Tim Drake.
Next up, we already talked about 1 year later and the original Tim Drake suit. Oh, New 52.
I think like that outfit.
Yeah, I use it from time to time, and I think it's pretty good. I do think, for me, the colors are a little too dark in that game.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
It's just doesn't scream Robin to me. It's very dull, I think. And like when you were talking about Deathstroke, you used the word washed out. I think it kind of comes to this suit as well. It's like feels very kind of devoid of soul and color. Just doesn't pop at all. So it's not. But I mean, it's a cool suit, but I don't love the look of it.
The thing for me, like I agree with the colors. It's a little bit too dark for my taste. I like the design from the New 52, but the thing about it is again, the body doesn't work for me. It's a little bit too lean compared to Tim Drake as he is in the game. And but I do like it's probably, if I don't feel like using 1 year later Robin or 90s Robin, that's probably my third choice. So
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then after that we have the default suit. We were saying earlier, and both of us are in agreement, it is not as good as the city one. I don't think it's even close. I
I
think
don't
this
like this
version,
one.
no, I think this suit is a much boringer version of the default suit from Arkham City. They used
Yeah.
everything that made the city suit really good and just took it away.
Mhm.
It just looks like an armored version of Robin, with no real distinct differences from any other Robin suit. It's like way too much red, too much black, and it's very dark. And you could argue like there's a lot of black and red on the 1 year later suit, but the colors are perfect the way that they're used. And the texture and the brightness of those colors fits perfectly for that suit. But this is just like a dark red with a lot of black and gray and a really like a dark kind of almost camo feel to the gauntlets. And I don't really like it.
Yeah, and this really weird shade of green too. Like it's just a whole weird mishmash of colors. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't like this suit whatsoever.
No.
And just about everything bugs me. And
the hood dilemma is probably one of the biggest things too. It's like we're seeing Robin's bald head the whole time. And like it looks so cool with the hood. Like, why would you take that hood off? If Robin
yeah,
had hair and he had an actual hairstyle, maybe it would have been interesting. But he doesn't, so we should have got that hood.
it's just like I don't get it. Like I don't get the bald head thing at all. Like it doesn't look right for Tim Drake.
No.
It didn't, like, in the promotional stuff for Arkham City, like it didn't look great there either. And that's probably why they kept the hood on him. They're just like, we don't want him. We don't want his baldness just to, like, just be there.
His baldness.
Yeah, but like, there's no reason for him to be bald in Night whatsoever, and it just doesn't look right. Like I said with the '60s outfit, he's just like a 40-year-old in a Robin costume, and with that bald head, it just looks like he like lost his hair over time. Like he didn't shave it off. Like he's just growing old. But yeah,
I agree.
I do not like this outfit whatsoever.
No.
I'm done.
He's spent, ladies and gentlemen. Next, let's move on to Catwoman, and then we'll end with Nightwing. So in this one, we have the 90s Catwoman suit, I believe, and the 60s Catwoman suit. Am I missing one? And the default suit. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Default looks fine, but I think Catwoman's head looks a little too big in this suit. Her body's very small. Looks a little weird for me.
My problem is like it's not really with I'd say the model looks fine, but my problem is that they aged her down, and it just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Like in Arkham City, she looked fine. She looked perfect. Like it's what I imagined Catwoman in that period of time to look like just feature wise. But like the Catwoman in Night, like it's a lot closer to what she would look like in like Origins or something. Like I feel like they ripped that model from Origins and just like put it in Night for like it just looks a little off. But it doesn't look bad. But yeah, it's strange.
Well, yeah, it is strange. Well, the 90s suit, I really love the shade of purple they used and that's the one redeeming factor about the suit I really like. And I like the ponytail thing.
Mhm.
And I like the overall design of the suit and the textures on the suit. But I think it's a good suit. It's fine. I do think the thing with Arkham Knight, what it did was it kind of got rid of a lot of the comic booky aspects that made the suits in like Arkham City really great.
Mhm.
But for what it is, it's good.
Yeah, the '90s outfit is probably my favorite Catwoman outfit in the game. Like I love uh, the outfit, the purple color to it. It's really vibrant. Like it pops out really nice. The ponytail, like it's fine, but it's like it's gigantic, which it might be
It is
like
gigantic.
it might be a carryover from the book. I don't remember at the moment, but it's still like it looks weird, and like at some points it looks weird just like clipping through shit. like, yeah, it's my favorite Catwoman outfit in the game. It's a lot better than her '60s outfit, which.
You want to give your thoughts on that one?
So, okay. I like the model from the neck down. From the neck up.
Yeah.
It looks weird. She looks like an alien.
She does. She do be looking like an alien.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a shame because that suit gave us the whole, I mean, not that suit, that game gave us the whole set of 60 suits, and not one of them they did to a T. Not one of them they got perfect. Not one.
Yeah, no. The only '60s thing that looked cool was the Batmobile, and that was it.
Yeah.
Which is such a shame too, because this was, I think, the year that Night came out was also like I think the animated series was having an anniversary at that. I forget how many years, but
I think you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, they fucked up every '60s outfit in the game.
Yep.
Which sucks. It's such a shame. Adam West and that whole cast deserves much better than that. So
it does.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, I'm done. There's not really much else to that.
No. Last but not least, we have Nightwing, who got an upgrade to one more suit. He got one more suit. He got 3 suits in this game instead of 2. Incredible. For a character like Nightwing, you'd think they'd give him more of a range. But so we got the default suit. What do you think of that? Because I know you wanted to add on to what you thought of it when I brought the Arkham City suit up.
I don't hate it, but like the whole mask thing just looks weird to me.
It makes no sense how that works.
I don't get it. I just don't
get it. It's like, it can move perfectly with my neck.
Yeah. He's like, also, I'm not Batman. It's just like, if you cut off the Batman's ears, you'd basically get like Nightwing's mask and Night. Like that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
With his hair out now, like it just it looks really off-putting. But I do like from the neck down, like the armor looks okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For me, it's not anywhere on par with the city suit.
No.
I think that this suit is kind of boring. It's just it feels very square. Like a lot of the armor just right, like it just feels very like feels too like knight in shining armor, kind of not really that movable. It just the armor pieces look strange.
It's very stiff, like a very stiff outfit.
Yeah, and like I'm not the biggest fan of the logo. It's not like it's the same with the other Nightwing suit, same logo, but they did it much better on that suit. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the suit. I mean, I like it for what it is, I guess. I for what it's worth, it's good, but they could have did a lot better, or they could have just
Mhm.
used the Arkham City suit as the default suit. Um,
Yeah. Well, thankfully they did put his Arkham City outfit in the game, and
yes, they did.
the head looks off to me. That's the only part of it that bugs me is the head.
Yeah,
It just doesn't like he's just like he's got this thick as fuck body, but like this tiny head. The hair doesn't look right. The mask looks too small for his head. Like just it's so
yeah,
it's so bad.
yeah. It does look weird. It looks kind of
Yeah.
strange. And I hadn't really thought about it until you just brought it up, but now it does look a little weird.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it did in Arkham City.
No.
But I mean, still a great suit. I'm not going to take that away from it. But the design
Yeah.
in Night is far less good than the City version.
Yeah.
I love the City version, but
Mm.
yeah, the Night one it is a little off. Um,
Mm.
and last we have the new 52 suit. Um, I really like this suit, but
I do
one
too.
thing that one thing that bugs me is his hair. It looks a little weird on this suit for me. Um, Other than that, I really like the suit. Um, it's nice to have a different color for Nightwing,
Yeah.
and I think it contrasts the game pretty well.
I think it looks like the suit looks really cool. It's probably my favorite in the game besides the original Arkham Nightwing. But
Yeah,
I don't mind the hair. The hair looks fine to me. The mask looks right on his face. The overall outfit, I like the colors with the red. The only thing I wish that they kept from the comic is the red lenses in his mask. I think that would have looked really awesome.
it would have.
But yeah, but they didn't do that, and they make me. Rock City makes me really sad.
They make me sad, angry, and a dash of pissed off. Like every emotion you could have, Rocksteady gives.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of suits that I wish we could have had in this game. Um, it's a shame, but we got what we got, and
Yeah,
we
especially
have
for like
we
Nightwing too. Like Nightwing got the short end of the stick hard
yeah
compared to the others. And they had so many options too. Like they could have gone with 70s Nightwing with the fucking like
mm-hmm.
the collar, or
That
yeah, I
yeah
would have liked the 90s Nightwing too with the blue and yellow. I think
yeah.
that would look really awesome. But yeah, they didn't do that, and fuck Rocksteady.
That's up. Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's really it. That's
Oh wait,
not
you know what
much.
we forgot to talk about? I just remembered it
What?
now. Bruce Wayne in Arkham Origins. If you know what I'm
Ah,
talking about. Yeah. I was like, why is this not like I just remembered it right now, and I'm like, why did I not think about that earlier?
what do you think? What's your verdict?
I don't like the default outfit. I like the full ninja garb a lot better. But that's it.
Yeah, I I actually like the default one better.
Really.
I like him with the beard, and I like being able to see his face, and I
Mhm.
think it looks really cool.
Yeah.
But I love both. I mean, they're virtually the same suit. Just one has a hood and
Yeah.
maybe some extra designs here and there, but um, I really like them. So yeah, I guess that's going to conclude this video, guys. It's I mean, now that we're at the end, I think we should say, because this will probably go up probably tomorrow, which is the day before Marvel and I are seeing the Batman. And
Yes.
this is an exciting time to be a Batman fan. Exciting time to be alive. We've got some DC stuff coming this year, and I did want to say that I'm excited to talk about it. We're going to definitely do a Batman intensive treatment video on the movie. Spoilers, like, all out there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a spoiler review. And I'm seeing it twice in a row. I'm seeing it Thursday by myself and Friday with my family. So hopefully I'll have a bit of a clear headspace to be like, first time, it's usually like the honeymoon phase. If it's really good, it's like, oh man, that was great. And then a second viewing is like, you're really going to pay attention.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, hopefully by next week for intensive treatment, we'll be able to talk about it and just dive right into it. I'm really excited to talk about it. So yeah, guys, big week for Batman fans. I'm sure if you're watching this, you're a Batman fan. I would hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so until then, though, we will catch you all later. We will be here, as AJ says, same bat time, same bat channel, I think. And then obviously, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the Arkham suits for Robin, Catwoman, and Nightwing, and Bruce Wayne, if you want to throw him in there.
Yeah.
But other than that, follow us on Twitter. You can interact with us on there, and we will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine winter day.
Take care.